Recording. All right, we are back again. Just going to go over the first topic of the day is first, here we go. Let's get it started. And then this past week or 2 weeks ago, I was talking to somebody and they said, "Oh yeah, I know what you do. You just own a gym." And so today's topic is going to be all about why we are more than just a gym. But before we get to that topic, we're going to go through our standard wins of the week and upcoming events. So, Josh, what are your wins for this week?
Yeah, so I felt like we've had a pretty good win this week. So at the tail end of last week, Michelle and I were out of town for a few days. And, because we were gone, it kind of throws out our normal schedule of, meal planning, ordering, getting our food all in order for the next week. But we kind of made the best of it. So we spent our couple-hour drive back to the area on Friday, getting our online food order going. And then it was a busy weekend, kind of running around different places, but we each took little bits and pieces of when we were home, kind of trying to maximize for the week. And, we're halfway through the week here. We've eaten every meal at home. We've got a plan for the rest of the week. So even being gone last week, I think we've made the most of it. So
well done, because most people can't get that right. Vacations usually set people up. 1 week vacation costs them the week before and it costs them the week after. So good job. Jessica, what kind of wins you got for us this week?
I have lots of wins this week, but I'm just going to stick with my top one. And it actually has to do with a few of my clients having some really big breakthroughs and some really big wins. So technically, even though it's not my win, I feel it in my soul, so it becomes my win. So I've kind of been on cloud nine all week with their breakthroughs and their successes. So that's my biggest win of the week.
Yeah, those are huge. That's why we do what we do, to see people, have these breakthrough moments where the change is becoming real.
Mhm.
And it's an amazing feeling when it happens. So those are huge wins. I get super excited when that happens. Tina, what you got?
Jessica and I were on the same wavelength this week. I actually was thinking the same thing about wins, and I've been getting texts just from clients that I coach one-on-one, as well as just people in the gym that I work with on a weekly basis, and sharing wins with me that are just incredible. And they're proud of themselves. I'm proud of them. They feel good. I feel good. Like Jessica said, it's a two-way street when things just click and you feel it all come together. So I'm definitely feeling good about that. And then just in general, I'm feeling good about my routine that I've been on this week and just feeling good.
Awesome. Yep. I said it's a great feeling when everybody's having success that you're working with, or that we work with. So I can totally relate with that anytime that happens. My wins for the week. Big one. First interview is in the books for the Weekly Pulse. So that will be coming up soon with Dr. Marcus Alvarado from Alvarado Health. So look out for that. It was an awesome interview. I think it went really well. So that made it even better. So that's my win for the week, that I got that done, because I was kind of nervous about doing one of those. So putting in some reps as far as getting that stuff done. What kind of upcoming events do we got going on? Jessica, what do we got? Any updates on anything?
The Schweitzer Dash. It's underway. We will have more to come about that next week after a meeting we're having this evening, but the event is out there. It's also on Facebook. You can sign up now. The run is on June 8th. It's at 8 a.m. Prices are out. If you sign up before the 11th, before May 11th, the cost for an adult, I believe, is 30, and for children, it's 15. Once the 12th hits, you have a price increase, and then day of, you have another $5 price increase. But it's rolling. It's out there. It's a good one. It takes place at Highland Square. We run around downtown. It's a great day.
Awesome. Tina, you got any updates on upcoming events?
This is the same one that we've been promoting the last few weeks, or ever since we started the Hydrants, Hoses, and Heroes 5K, May 4th, Lindendale Park. You can sign up. We've posted the link to register several times. We'll post it again, just to bring a lot of attention to that. And for us, I feel like it's the first 5K of the season. So excited just to get out there and do a race. It's been a while.
Cool. Josh, you got anything that you're aware of coming up?
I did just last week. I shared the Glow Ride up in Staunton on April 27th, 8 o'clock in downtown Staunton. I just wanted to share a little bit more info about that. I did find out that there's no day of registration. They're cutting the registration off on April 21st, so online registration only. And then individual registrations are $15, and then or you can sign your whole family up for $40. So I'll put a link on Facebook with this, but I did find a little more information and wanted to share.
Okay, sweet. I can't think of any other upcoming events locally, so we'll just kind of get into our topic of the day then, and kind of get back to why we're going to do today is I'm going to give Josh, Tina, and Jessica a chance to ask me questions, and some of which they probably have never even heard my answers to, or don't even know why Pulse even exists the way that it does. So, and to hopefully, let people understand that this isn't just a normal gym where you just check in and come and go as you please, that we offer a whole lot more than that. And I think it'll come out best if you guys ask me questions. I don't even know what questions they're going to ask me. So this will be fun. I'm curious to hear what you guys want to know. I've been doing this for 17 years, going on 18 years. So there's a lot that's happened over that time period. So let's just kind of dive in, I guess. And who wants to take the charge on this and get the questions rolling?
I'll get us rolling. So that was going to be kind of my first intro questions. What year would that be then that you started training people?
So to even getting into training, I'll just go all the way back to square one. And I graduated college in 2006 and didn't have a job right after school. So I was just at the local gym, and thankfully Chad Wernley, who owns Phoenix here in town, he offered me a job just to work at the front desk of the gym to give me something to do. And then at that same time, they were looking for a trainer, and I was into fitness and kind of sounded cool. So I got certified through, NASM, got certified, and off my personal training career my coaching career is taken. So that's where it started.
So let's fast forward a little bit then. So what was your inspiration to then just go out on your own and start Pulse? Because I kind of remember, but you can fill us all in. You started with going to people's houses, right?
Yeah. So my inspiration to start Pulse, probably ought to just go back and just kind of still stick with the beginning and just talk about my first client that I ever had, because that's really what a lot of this story even stems from, or why we're here today is I had to get started somewhere. So my first client that I worked with training was a 55-year-old mother of 3. She was all in on her kids, never put herself as a priority first. And so we got started with her fitness journey, and the seeing how far she came was unbelievable after just a year's time. The progress that she was able to make, like when we started, she couldn't even hardly stand on one foot. Her nutrition was poor. She had put on weight, just really pretty unhealthy overall. And to see that, 1 year into her fitness journey, she was in better shape at 55 than she was when in her 30s and 40s. And seeing that transformation was pretty incredible. And the best part about it was I got to see it like totally firsthand, because it was my roommate. It was actually my mom, who was my first client that I got to work with. So, that's really I owe her so much credit for going through the journey and showing me how valuable it is to change somebody's life and see the things that we can do, that the power that we have to change people and truly change our life in the long run. And 17 years later, she was in today. Thankfully, I get to just be her son now. I don't have to be her coach. Tina takes care of working with her. But she's been consistent for the last 17 years and doing amazing. So that's really where it goes back to, where it starts for me. And big part of why we're here today.
Oh, awesome. Jessica, what do you got?
Oh, I don't know, but that made me emotional. I love that story.
I know it's a super awesome story. And the part that I loved about it, and I'll, Jeff already told you guys, and I'll just be honest with everybody here. I knew the story. And so that's kind of where I started us off. But I read the story and I handed it back to Jeff and I told him, I said, that is an amazing story because I'm a mom of 4. I could completely relate to his story. Jeff was my coach when I got started. So I just feel like him finding that as his inspiration to do this is amazing, because now I know that he helped his mom, he helped me, and I watch him help lots of moms. So it's full circle for me. It's totally amazing. So awesome story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you guys are going to make me cry.
And the craziest part about this is it's really taken me almost until very recently to truly figure out, like, why is it that I tend to gravitate towards working with like mothers? Like, for some reason, that's just kind of been a niche that I've always had. And it seems to always be a good fit for me, is when I come across moms, like, it's always been the thing. And now I've kind of realized, like, not only was it my mom that I was helping, but when I first started, I was going to people's houses and training, and I had 2 or 3 of my friends' moms that, hired me, and they were more or less my moms growing up. Like, I spent so many nights, and then, now that I look back on it, like, it's cool to see that I got to help them and work them through. But I also look back and now I see all the things that they did for me as a kid, and they never put themselves first, which I kind of regret for them, because not to take anything away that my mom did or that they did, because, heck, I couldn't see it when I was in the moment. But man, like, the things that they could have done in their 30s and 40s that they passed up on for me, it kind of stinks. Like, man, I would have loved to have seen what they could have done if they were taking care of themselves. And now when I see a mom who's not doing those, or it's repeating what my mom did, I don't want that to ever happen again. So that's my ultimate mission, is if I see a mom, like, don't make these same mistakes, because there's, you got a limited amount of time, and 30s and 40s are such a peak opportunity to take advantage of life and do some amazing things, that I don't want to see anybody miss those. So that's really where I kind of finally figured out, like, why I gravitate towards moms. And like I said, it's taken me 15, 16 years to figure that answer out, which is pretty wild, but I think I got there. Jess, don't cry.
I know. Okay. Well, so then that is going to lead into my question actually perfectly. I love how this is panning out. But so now we know, the fitness part of it, right? Little bit, but there's so much more to Pulse than just the personal training. So if someone were to walk up to you right now, say we're at business after hours, and someone walks up to you and says, "Hey, Jeff, you own Pulse, right? You're a trainer." And you're just like, "Oh man, so much more than that. Pulse is so much more than that." So how would you paint the picture for them and describe what it is that happens inside those 4 walls?
Boy, and that's something, this is a question that I've struggled to answer, because, these moments happen to me when I'm out in real life and stuff. And how do I paint this picture in such a short amount of time that I have with somebody? Because there's a lot that happens inside these walls that I think is different than any other experience you're going to get somewhere else, whether that be good or bad. For, I know we're not right for everybody, but I know we're right for a lot of people, and for a lot of different reasons. The main one would be, I think, our comfortability that clients have when after their first workout, the experience is so much better than what they ever thought they were going to get, and different than any place they've experienced, because I know that's who we're looking for, is somebody who has never worked out before. That's who I want. That's who we want to help. And that's who we want to come in. And I think we've got it mastered on how to get somebody started that's never exercised before, that's scared as hell to even open the door or even consider walking into a gym. And, just to kind of give an idea, like the family atmosphere that we have, that's one of my favorite parts of what we do. And, to think, like, one of my favorite parts of the day, which is probably going to sound weird, maybe, is when one group is getting done working out and the next group is starting to come in, and I get to see all these people having conversations and talking with each other and catching up on life or whatever it is, but they're getting to do that through an experience of using health and fitness as the catalyst to get to do that. Because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of social time. They have kids, they have jobs, they have all these other things. And if this can be the way that people, instead of going out to eat together, if this is a way that people can bond and create relationships through health and wellness, then I think we're doing a pretty damn good job. And like I said, that's an exciting part of the day when I see those interactions, and when I got to tell people to get the hell out because the next group's got to get started, because they're, having a good time talking and catching up. When I have to kick people out, it's actually a good feeling. So that's just kind of one of many different aspects, besides just the getting into the technical side of everything, how we help beginners get started. It's small group. So you're going to have a coach in your corner that's going to modify any exercises that you may need modification for. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody here is between 35 and 80 years old, I think. Carol, it's just her birthday. Happy birthday, Carol. I'm turning 80 this past week. But at some point, at that age, between that age range, something doesn't work right. So we can make that modification for whatever it is that, doesn't work right on your body. And like I said, everybody's got it. It's just, so we work with those people, and we can go down the line on the mindset coaching, the accountability. That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
So I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
So is it my turn? I've got something.
It's
so-
anybody's turn.
So Jeff, you went backwards 17 years. I'd like to go forward 17 years. So in the next 17 years, what's kind of your best description of your vision for Pulse and our clients?
That's a great question. That is a good one. The cool part is like, I'll go back 17 years. One, I would have never envisioned like this is really where we're at, but I have this amazing team of, 5-6 people that I get to work with every day, that I would, we have a brick and mortar building and be working with 150, 160 different people every week. My next, I bet, as things happen, I can't help myself but continue to think like, what is next and what do I envision? And the vision is definitely there. I have a vision to build Pulse to be even bigger and better. I want to build a brand new facility that we can encompass a lot more things, a lot more fun involved in our workout. So the next gym is going to have a pickleball court and a basketball court inside of it that we get to incorporate with our workouts. It's going to have multiple offices. So we're all working in the same place as a team. I can't stand the fact that Jessica's working in an office across the street because we just don't have the room for it. That, drives me nuts that we're not just all here working together, solving all the world's problems of health and fitness. And, that's really what it's at. And, I've been around other people ask me about like, oh, well, what is the gym really like? What's the next one like? And to me, it is actually the coolest part when I explain this is it's actually going to be an extension of my house. Is the way I view it. I want this to be, I got 2 boys that are 3 and 5. So I want this to be a place where, the next place is where them and their friends can go and hang out and have fun playing there, or you guys can have your kids or whoever. And want it to really be a total extension of my current home is really what I want it to be. If that creates a vision for you, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Like,
what else you guys got for me? Keep firing.
I got one. How did you
Okay.
come up with the name Pulse?
Good question. I really don't know, other than it just sounded cool.
Sounded strong.
It sounded strong, which in retrospect, I probably wouldn't go with that name. It's a little bit edgy and firm. I think I would have probably chosen something a little bit softer. But it's stuck. It's what we got. It's our brand. But yeah, I have no good background story to that whatsoever, other than I think it just sounded cool. Like, ooh, Pulse personal training, and it just rolled off the tongue. Hell, might have been like a nightclub called Pulse or something. I was like, oh, I could use that for a name.
The truth
I
comes
really-
out.
I really don't know. I'm not even sure. It was, yeah, a long time ago. Anybody else got anything?
Maybe sounds like we're kind of getting towards the end of the story, but what is a message that you would say to anybody who is on the fence about coming to check us out? That's listening.
Yeah. What I would say is that there's 100 and something other people that work out here that were in your same shoes however long ago before they got started, because I would say 95% of our clients have come from a background where they haven't exercised in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe ever. And they found comfort in coming in here, and the people that surround them, not just us coaches, but all the other people that they work out with, and the comfort level that they have found, I think you'll find the same thing if you just give it a shot. We know the hardest part is coming in the door. The workout, that's easy. Everything else becomes easy once you get inside, but it's opening that front door and taking those first few steps inside of here. That's going to be the hardest thing that you're going to do. And I think, like you said, you'll find the comfort that you're looking for with the coaching, the people that are going to work out with, the camaraderie, social, all those things.
Anxiety.
I think Josh and Jessica and I can all agree that the support that we witness with everybody we coach, and you as well, Jeff, that just the support, like you said, not just from us, but from the people in their group, the people before their group, after their group, the people that come to run group, the people that come to Saturday mornings and aren't usually together. The family aspect is there 100%. And I started using that in a lot of Facebook posts, Pulse Family. It wasn't just a catchy phrase. It felt real. It feels real. We talk about getting together and being together, and we say we were with our Pulse family. That is a 100% true feeling that I think we all can get on board with for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is definitely my huge family. I spend a whole lot of time here, but I love, pretty much every second of it. Obviously, it's like anything, you have your ups and downs, but I can't imagine being anywhere else or doing anything else, to be honest with you. And I hope that this was a good representation to everybody of what Pulse is and who I am, and how this whole thing really unfolded. So we'll call that a wrap, it sounds like. So thank you guys for asking good questions.
You're welcome.
And we will see everybody next week.
Bye.